everyone, good morning, and thank you for stopping into my channel. Today I'm taking part of Meal Monday with large family, I forget what it is exactly, large family meals. I don't have some of the large size families as some of the other ladies that are in this collab, but I do have 5 children, and 4 of them are boys. Yep, boys, and 3 are teenagers. So you can guess how much they eat. But anyway, I'm doing this collab with Iris Belan, I'm sure I murdered her name, Herd of Turtles, and sometimes Bless Bears, and Cookie Crumb Fun does it, so I'm not sure exactly how many of us are doing it this week, but anyway, so if you're from any of their channels, hi, thanks for visiting, and I hope you'll stick around. I have some of the same content they do, just a little bit different because I'm a little bit different as far as my family's just a teensy bit smaller. And I also don't live in the same states they do. I live in a completely different one. So it's going to be nice to see the variety and see what everybody makes. Now I'm going to warn you, some of my family was missing on my videos, so I actually didn't cook for every single one of my kids this week, but I still made food. Imagine that I don't make my children starve. Just kidding. Boys would never let you do that. And we managed to not drink up a gallon of milk at a meal, which I count that an accomplishment. It's kind of a joke in our family that we drink a gallon of milk at one meal, and I really do think that some of my boys could drink an entire gallon if they really wanted to, because sometimes I do go through a gallon of milk. But anyway, another squirrel, and I'm sorry, I usually don't have that much problem with squirrels, but today I do. So I think I have 2 breakfasts. I don't remember what I all have, but we'll just tag along and see how we do, and then I'll let you know at the end. Okay, so this is breakfast for one of my boys. They're all going to get one, but it's going to take me a while to cook everybody an egg. And the sausage that I made, all I did was take the sausage roll that you saw, cut it up in slices, and cook it. It's a real nice, simple, easy way of making breakfast patties for without all the work and having to pay someone to do it for me. Another breakfast for one of my kids. Okay, this is my breakfast. I have 2 sausage, 2 eggs, and then I have the cranberry upside down cake. Alright, so for lunch today, I made I call it my Culver's cashew chicken ranch salad. Not sure what you guys would call it. We have a restaurant here called Culver's, and they have a cashew chicken ranch salad that is my absolute favorite. So I looked up the recipe and found a copycat and made it trim healthy aroma friendly. So this is actually my salad. My kids' salad is much smaller. Basically, I made another one like this and I passed it out to them, and they aren't huge fans. but that's okay. I still love it. Okay, that's the first cinnamon roll pancake for my son. Can't wait to try mine. Mine's next. Alright, this one is mine. I'm gonna top it with my frosting, which I have to get a spatula for, so I'll be right back. I forgot my spatula, and it doesn't look very good to put the frosting on with that. Here we go. Put a little bit of frosting so it's kind of like a cinnamon roll. Not making it very fancy, obviously. It's not fancy, it's not my thing. Right, there we go. Come on. I think I got the wrong spatula. But, there. There we go. And I'm still making a few more in the pan for my other kids. Can't wait to eat it. I haven't had this in a while, so. Alright, thanks for tagging along today. So for a snack today, I'm trying to use up my apples. I have a big bag of them, and then I also have some oranges. So I'm going to cut the apples up into slices and peel a couple of oranges, and that'll be our snack. And if they're still hungry, we'll just have a little bit of yogurt with it. And I have a triple zero yogurt I'm gonna have. So there you go. Alright, so I cut up like 5 or 6 apples, I think it was, and I actually did 1 orange because my kids aren't always fans of them, but I am, so I'll probably eat that. And then I'm sharing this because I kept the orange rind because some of the recipes call for orange rind and I never have it. So I kept it because I'm going to dehydrate it and then I grind it up so then I have some orange rind when I need it. And I only get oranges this time of year, so if I do it every few times when I do an orange and when I remember, I have enough to last me until next year. Just another way that I save a few little dollars here and there. Alright, so for supper, I'm going to make the Tilapia Veracruz. It is one of my very favorite meals, and it's actually very quick and simple to make, so I'm going to take you along, and hopefully we'll be ready to eat in a half hour, maybe a little bit less. So I'm going to start by putting the rice in my rice cooker and get that started while I get the veggies and fish cooked up. I can't wait. I'm excited. I haven't had this meal in a while. Let's go. Alright, now I gotta go fill it up with some water. Okay, I got my water into the line. Now I'm putting it in my rice cooker and shutting it. Alright, so we'll start it up. Push the button for brown rice, and now we wait. Alright, so here's what the recipe is going to look like. This is the cookbook that it's in, and it's on page 71. Sorry about that. My cookbook is very well used because I've actually made every single recipe out of this cookbook. So let's get started and I'll cut up my veggies. Alright, so usually when I make this, I do it with green peppers. So this time I'm doing it with red, which is just what I happen to have. So we'll see if I like it as well. And also I don't have, and I'm sad about it, I actually don't believe I have any green olives. And I love green olives with this. Actually, I only have black this time. Believe it or not, I'm not a fan of black olives. So we'll have to see how well that goes over. Because it's my dish and I really like it. So we'll see if I love it as much with not exactly the same ingredients. I have some celery here. My son stopped and got me celery, and he got me a different kind like I've never gotten before. It's celery hearts instead of just regular celery. And I've never had this kind before. But anyway, get started cutting this up. I don't need nearly as much of this as I need of the others, but putting celery in it definitely makes it really good. It needs that salt in there. And in the past, I've actually made my own of this, what do you call it, seasoning blend, and I've like cut it up and put it in the freezer, but I've used most of it up, so now I'm stuck making it fresh each time I want to make something, and it takes me a little bit longer to cook things now because I actually have to do all the cutting. And to me, the cutting of the veggies is half of the time that you make a dish is doing that. So I'm learning that I loved my mix a lot, and I didn't realize how much I depended on it until I didn't have it. So do you guys use the baking mix, or do you cut up your own veggies each time? I think if I didn't have a garden, or I wasn't like a thrifty shopper, I would probably just do the frozen stuff, like buy it this way, but since I do, I just feel like I just need to go ahead and do it. I think if I remember right, that my dollar store actually has something that you could use. I'm not positive about that, but I know quite a few other stores have it as well. I just am too cheap to do it, and since I typically have celery and onions on hand, I just go ahead and cut it up myself. And I do so much with it. I do it so often. I use this mixture of veggies so much, I can't imagine buying it all the time. It just seems like I would constantly have to buy it. So it's nice when I can make up my own. I just wish that I had already done it. Okay, so I got it all done. I'm gonna get it in the pan and start cooking. Okay, I need to put a little bit of coconut oil in here because I just washed my pan. I cooked sausage in it, and I didn't season it yet because I almost always use it up right away. So let's get started on cooking the veggies. I think I have to go get some salt and pepper, and then it'll just sit here and cook for a little bit. Let's see what the directions say. Yep. Just, oh, I see. We just need to get some garlic, and then that's it. So I'll be right back with garlic. There we go. The salt and pepper is for the fish. That's why I was forgetting, I guess. Let's get this cooked up. I wish I cut these a little bit smaller. I have a chopper. I don't know why I didn't use it. I just forgot about it. And usually when I have the chopper, it chops them up really small. But I have to go get my hot pepper. See, I have a whole big jar of them. I'm just gonna throw a few in there. Most of my kids don't mind the hot peppers, so just cut them up and throw them in there. And then if they want more heat, they can always add more later. But I just get a little bit in there. I have like this huge container of jalapenos. I'll probably have them for the rest of my life. So we can eat lots of them. And we all like them, so that's a plus too. I think this stuff never cooks up very fast until you walk away from it, and it cooks up way too fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this up, and then I am going to cook up the fish, and then you come back and put it together. They actually, I believe, have you do the fish first, but I cook this up first because the fish literally takes like 5 minutes, and I kind of layer it with this. So I do it a little bit different than the directions just because I've made it so many times, and this is what works best for me. So I'll see you later when we have more of it ready to go. Alright, now that that's pretty much done, I'm adding up. They wanted to do the tomatoes, but I don't usually do that. I just kind of put them in here and just squish them a little bit, and that's usually all it needs. Because you're kind of making like a sauce, and I like it a little bit chunky. If you were going to grind up all the vegetables, then I would do that, but I find out this works just fine, and I don't have to dirty another thing. So I'm going to mix this up, let it cook for a few minutes while we get the other veggies cut up for the toppings. Look what I found! I'm so excited. I found the olives. I have a tomato, and then I have some cilantro here. I've had the cilantro for a while. It's been in the fridge for like 2 weeks now. So my trick of putting it in water in there has worked really well. I'm going to cut this up to sprinkle on top, and then I'll cut up a few olives and then I should be ready to cook the fish. I wanted to get this done before I cook the fish, because when you cook the fish, right when you're done cooking the fish, it's like I'm ready to eat it. I don't really like to cook it that much longer, because then it gets overdone, and overdone fish isn't that great. And I actually have tilapia this time. I got a discount on the fish a couple of weeks ago at the store. I bought it, and it was damaged. The package was damaged, but the packages inside weren't damaged. So there's like, sure, I'll take a damaged one and pay less money for it, because usually around this time of year they have a deal on fish, and I didn't get it this year, which is really disappointing, because I usually will just stock up for the year for fish, but they never had any deals, and I've been living off Aldi deals that they have it marked down like half price or whatever. So alright, let's get these olives sliced up, and then I think it'll be time to get my fish cooked up. I took it out a little bit later than I intended to, so I just put it in a pan of cold water to defrost while it's waiting for me. So there, and then I have this, and then you put lime on it, and I have some lime juice. I'll get that for later. So let's get over here to the other stuff. Alright, as you can see, I put the lid on just to keep the moisture in, because it's not cooking with any oil, really. Just very little bit in the bottom. And sometimes when I cook it like this, I'll actually add a little bit of water. Otherwise it gets really dry. It's almost done. Okay, so the rice cooker just beeped, so that means it's done. Let's see if I can get it open. Not very good with one hand here. There we go. There's my rice. Put some on my plate. My kids are going to so love me. Not. But I'm gonna have some, because I love rice. Alright. So that's about a cup. Now I'll go get my fish. See, it beeped just as I came over here. I think it's done. Yep. I'm so excited. There we go. Top of my rice. Alright. Put it on my little thing over here. Let's come over here and I'll get the rest of this stuff here. Let's see. Forgot a spoon. Might help if I have a spoon. Pardon my son's airsoft gun. He decided to put it on the table. It's life with boys. Alright. Put some of this on it. There we are. This is actually really simple and really good. And I wish that I had make it more often, but fish isn't cheap. So there we go. I'm gonna put a couple of fresh tomatoes on, not many. And then some olives. I probably put too many on, but that's all right. Okay, now I have to find the scissors because I have to put some cilantro on here because it won't be good without the cilantro. But all right, I'm gonna have to cut it and then I'll sprinkle it and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. I just am not very good at doing it one-handed. And I used to hate cilantro. I made myself learn to love it. Just took me a while. All right, and then I have some lime juice to sprinkle over the top. And it's done. And I can't wait to eat it now. Okay, this is one of my boys' plates. He actually really loves rice, but he doesn't like anything on it. And he likes fish, so he's got a bigger piece. And then this is my youngest, and I gave him a very small piece because he hates fish. Actually, he just hates about everything. And I gave him a small amount with a little bit of cilantro and some lime juice. So there you go, my supper for the day. Oh, well, I have another son. I'm not sure if he'll eat, but I have leftovers for him in the stove there if he decides he wants to eat, and I have rice and all the little leftovers for him. So there we go. Okay, there you go. My meals for the week. They're not all of them. Some of them were leftovers, and I wasn't exactly sure how to present that. So when I get more confident in my videoing skills, as you could see, the first few that I did much better at the end. Probably chatted too much. So just be patient with me. I'll get better. I don't typically talk through my videos, so this is kind of a new thing for me to be able to present it like that. And the reason I wanted to do this collab is because I wanted to do better. And I am terrible about making food for my kids. I mean, I make it, but I don't like make us all the same thing and sit down or whatever. That's one of my goals to do this collab, is to actually do better with that. So we'll see. So I actually did, I think this was 3 days, over 3 days that I did. So the other couple of days that were in there, I did leftovers. So when I get more confident, I may do some of the leftovers. It's just, we don't all eat the same thing. And it's just, I don't know, it's just different. So anyway, thanks for tagging along, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye!